Welcome back for another video. It's a short and sweet one today, with blank Gameweek 32 up next. In this video we're going to run through the best free hit team in my eyes. If you've still got the chip left, it is a standout week to use it. The only other week worth considering the chip for is Gameweek 34, but only worth it if you can field 11 this week and you can cover the key assets like Salah. This team's absolutely ridiculous, so let's get straight into it. In goal it's a name you might not have expected, which is JOHNSTONE from Crystal Palace. You might remember him from his time at West Brom. He started the last two in Guaita's absence with returns of 9 and 4 points, and Palace look invigorated under Hodgson again. They're home against Everton, who have struggled for goals all season under Lampard and Dyche. The back three is Robertson, Alexander-Arnold and Trippier. It's an incredible fixture for Liverpool, the best of the game week, home to Nottingham Forest. You can make the case for ditching one defender for an attacker. I've seen some drafts with Darwin, but none of the attackers are nailed bar Salah, and there's a lack of defensive options this week, so the double up makes perfect sense. This season among defenders, Trent's second for expected goal involvement with 7.69, Robertson's third with 6.78, and the two of them have 6 attacking returns each. It's Trippier who's top among all defenders for expected goal involvement with 9.63 XGI. It's no secret that Newcastle have been poorer recently, and Trippier's returns have dropped off, particularly the clean sheets. However, it is a home fixture, and he's still the top scoring defender and top for XGI. In my opinion, given the lack of alternatives, it's overthinking to drop him. The other defenders that look good are the Arsenal defenders, but it's a different situation to the Liverpool defenders in the sense that there's actual viable Arsenal attackers to have. With Liverpool it's just Salah, whereas with Arsenal it's Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard and Jesus. So Trippier also helps with the team balance, and it's not exactly a brave decision to back the top scoring defender in the game. If you're dead set on going without him, then Castagne's probably the best option, home to Wolves and very attacking. The midfield is Salah, Odegaard, Martinelli and Saka. It's a really fun midfield with the Arsenal triple up, and we'll talk more on that in a second. Salah gets the armband. Hard to look past him given the fixture and his underlying numbers. Over the last 6 games he's top in the league for expected goal involvement with 5.9 XGI, Haaland second with 5.48. An interesting stat as well, over the last 6 games, Nottingham Forest have conceded 81 crosses down their left flank versus 44 down their right, and they've conceded 24 chances down their left flank, 11 down the right. So there's a clear weakness down their left hand side, which could spell success for Trent and Salah. So let's talk about the Arsenal triple up. The beauty of the free hit is that it is for 1 week, so you can afford to take a punt. They're home to bottom of the league Southampton, so really it's not actually a punt, and we're all expecting a response following the disappointing draw to West Ham. It feels like a game where Arsenal will absolutely be on it and far too much to handle for Southampton. The points have been shared among these 3 all season, so why not grab all 3? You're basically guaranteed points for every goal that Arsenal score. Obviously the triple up means no Jesus, and we'll talk about him in a sec when we look at the forwards. Saka gets the vice captaincy, but again I wouldn't read much into his missed penalty last game. It's fine margins of penalties, and 2 blanks and 2 starts isn't significant. The front 3 is Toney, Kane and Watkins. Toney's been somewhat overlooked in my opinion. He's got the potential ban coming this season, but we'll know pre-deadline on the off chance that it is before Gameweek 32. 18 goals and 4 assists this season, on penalties, and he's playing at home. Aston Villa have of course been very good under Emery, but when you look at alternatives to Toney and Kane, there are trade-offs. For example, if you get Jesus, then you have to lose an Arsenal mid in favour of someone like Elise or Eze or Maddison, who are all bigger downgrades than what you gain on getting Jesus. 5 double-digit returns this season for Toney, and a further 4 9-pointers. I've seen a lot of free hit drafts without Kane, which comes off the back of a disappointing blank against Bournemouth of course, but before that he scored 5 goals across 4 games, scoring in every game. If you really want to chase maximum upside by avoiding an attacker facing a defender, then drop one of Trippier or Kane, but just consider the downside of getting that one wrong as well. If you drop Kane and he gets a couple of returns against Newcastle while you're sat on Trippier, then that's even worse. Or likewise, if you drop Trippier, who puts up his 5th double-digit return in the season, with Spurs not scoring, then you've missed out twice as bad. Watkins completes the 11, and he'll be a staple of every free hit team, straight off the back of his biggest Gameweek score of the season with a 16-pointer, 1 blank in his last 12 games, which is incredible form, and there's no reason not to have him in your team moving forward, free hit or not. On the bench it's Whitworth, Andreas, Castagna and Guehi. Whitworth is Johnson's backup, so if you've got the spare money to spend, you can swap him out for another keeper like Wright if you wish. While Mitrovic remains injured, Andreas should be on penalty duties as well. We saw him take one just before the World Cup while Mitrovic was out. So if you are forced to play him this week, perhaps not on a free hit, then it honestly looks good as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of the team and if there's anyone else in your thinking this week. Lots more FPL content to come this week as well, so make sure you're subscribed. See you soon for the next one.